Welcome back to Who's Dead in America Today. Over the past few days, we've heard sad news about the passing of some incredible talent. Today's episode is dedicated to their memory. In addition, we'll remember the stars we've recently lost before we begin. We're asking for your support. If this video or the legacy of these remarkable people has touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. A pioneer and legend of modern American dance, Judith Jamison has left behind a legacy as one of the most vibrant figures in the world of dance. Born May 10, 1943, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Jamison was immersed in the arts from an early age, beginning ballet at age 6. Her dance journey took her from local stages to the world stage, where she captivated audiences with her skill, charisma, and incredible emotion. She studied various dance techniques, including with the legendary Katherine Dunham, which allowed her to create a unique style that combined elements of African American choreography with classical ballet. In 1965, Jamison joined the renowned Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater, where she quickly gained international recognition. Over the next 15 years with the company, Alvin Ailey created some of his most significant pieces for her, including the world-famous solo number Cry, which became her signature piece. Filled with strength and sorrow, the piece became a symbol of African American women's resilience, and Jamison's performance left a deep mark on audiences. After leaving the company in 1980, she continued to explore new directions in dance, including working on Broadway and founding her own company, the Jamison Project. In 1989, following the death of Alvin Ailey, Judith returned to the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater as artistic director. She led the company for more than 2 decades, spearheading a new era in which the company achieved incredible success and stability. Her leadership brought new repertory and ensured that Ailey's legacy, including his enduring production of Revelations, was preserved. For her outstanding contributions to the art of dance, Jamison has received numerous awards, including the Kennedy Center Honors and the National Medal of Arts. She left an invaluable legacy, not only as an outstanding dancer and choreographer, but also as an inspirational leader who helped many young talents flourish. Judith Jamison passed away on November 10, 2024, at the age of 81 after a short illness. Her legacy continues to inspire through her work, featured in museums such as the Whitney Museum of American Art, and through the many dancers and audiences she touched with her authenticity and love of art. Ella Jenkins, known as the First Lady of Children's Music, dedicated her life to enriching the lives of children through song and storytelling. Born August 6, 1924, in St. Louis, Missouri, she moved to the south side of Chicago shortly after birth. Growing up surrounded by a vibrant music culture, Jenkins was influenced by gospel, blues, and the rhythmic chants of her community. Her Uncle Flood introduced her to the harmonica, sparking a passion for music that has continued throughout her life. Jenkins graduated from San Francisco State University in 1951, studying sociology, child psychology, and recreational methods. Returning to Chicago, she began volunteering at local recreation centers, creating songs that resonated with children. Her innovative approach to children's music led her to a position as director of teen programs at the YWCA and to a role as host of the television show This Is Rhythm. In 1956, Jenkins' career took a turn for the worse as she dedicated herself entirely to music, touring schools across the country to introduce children to rhythm and melody. Her collaboration with Folkways Records founder Moses Ash resulted in her debut album, Call and Response, Rhythmic Group Singing, released in 1957. Over the years, Jenkins released 39 albums with Folkways, including 1995's Multicultural Children's Songs, which became one of the label's most popular releases. Jenkins's work was characterized by an emphasis on question and answer techniques to engage listeners and create a sense of community. Her repertoire ranged from original compositions and nursery rhymes to African American folk songs and international tunes in multiple languages. She frequently appeared on children's television programs such as Barney and Friends, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and Sesame Street. In 2004, Jenkins was honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Recording Academy, and her song, "You'll Sing a Song and I'll Sing a Song," was cited for her significant contribution to children's music. Ella Jenkins passed away peacefully at her home in Chicago on November 9, 2024, at the age of 100. Her legacy lives on through her music, which inspires and educates children and adults alike, promoting cultural understanding and the joy of congregational singing. Terry Garr, an outstanding American actress, left behind a vibrant and memorable legacy in the world of film and television. Born on December 11, 1944, in Lakewood, Ohio, she was immersed in the arts from a young age. Her mother was a model and her father an actor, and it was their influence that played a decisive role in her choice of career. Garr began as a dancer, and her talent led her to the stage and then to film, where she soon became known for her expressive, lively roles and incredible sense of comedy. Garr achieved her greatest fame in the 1970s and 1980s, when she starred in a number of cult films. Her work with director Mel Brooks in Young Frankenstein, 1974, showed her as a comedic actress with a sharp sense of humor and excellent plasticity. However, her role as Julia Munday in Tootsie, 1982, for which she received an Academy Award nomination, brought her international fame. Garr created the image of a woman with an easy and kind character, but also strong and independent. The film became one of her most memorable works, and it cemented her status as one of the best actresses of her time. In addition to her strong roles in comedies, Terry also showed her acting versatility in dramatic films such as Close Encounters of the Third Kind, 1977, where her performance added depth and emotion to the film. Over the course of her career, she appeared in over 140 films and TV series, impressing audiences with her ease, wit, and sincerity. In the early 2000s, Garr faced challenges when she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. Despite this diagnosis, she continued to work and actively support MS research foundations, inspiring people with her resilience and sincere dedication. Garr became a symbol of strength and resilience. Her life an example of how to remain true to yourself and your calling even in the face of serious challenges. Terry Garr has passed away, leaving an indelible mark on her fans and colleagues. Her work continues to inspire new generations of viewers, and her legacy of brilliant comedy and genuine human warmth will live on for years to come. Alan Rachins, a respected American actor, has left an indelible mark on the world of television and film through his diverse roles and dedication to the arts. Born October 3, 1942, in Cambridge, Massachusetts, Rachins did not begin his career in acting, but through higher education at the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania. However, his passion for the stage soon led him to theater and acting. Early in his career, Rachins captivated audiences with his performances in Broadway productions such as After the Rain and Hadrian VII, as well as the off-Broadway classic The Trojan Women. These roles cemented his reputation as an actor with a powerful stage presence and a talent for inhabiting characters. Moving to television, Rachins gained widespread recognition for his role as Douglas Brackman Jr., a complex and conflicted attorney on the cult series L.A. Law, 1986-94. His deep, multi-layered performance earned him Emmy and Golden Globe nominations, cementing his status as one of the most talented actors of his generation. He later demonstrated his comedic chops as the free-spirited, Larry Finkelstein, the title character's father, on Dharma and Greg, 1997-2002. His subtle performance and charisma helped create a character that audiences loved and also demonstrated his ability to play across genres. In addition to his acting career, Alan Rachins has proven himself to be a talented screenwriter and director. He has co-written scripts for popular television shows such as Hill Street Blues, The Fall Guy, Heart to Heart, and Knight Rider, further demonstrating his versatility in the industry. His directing credits include both television and theater projects, reflecting his passion for exploring art from all angles. Rachins' filmography includes roles in such films as Showgirls, 1995, Condition of Heart, 1990, and Leave It to Beaver, 1997. He has also worked successfully in voice acting, notably providing the voice of Norman Osborn in the animated series The Spectacular Spider-Man. His ability to transform into characters of various types, from dramatic to comedic, has made him a favorite actor for fans of all ages. Alan Rachins passed away in 2024 at the age of 82 from heart failure. His wife, actress Joanna Frank, and their son Robert remember him as a man who was not only a master of his craft, but also an inspiring example of sincerity and dedication. Rachins' legacy is his deep dedication to his art and his ability to convey complex emotions and characters to audiences, leaving a lasting legacy that touched the industry and the hearts of many. James Darren, famous actor, singer, and director, left a bright mark on American pop culture, winning the hearts of fans with his talent and versatility. He was born on June 8, 1936 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, under the name James William Ercolani. His path to the world of show business was almost accidental. Talent agent Joyce Selznick noticed the young Darren and helped him sign a contract with Columbia Pictures in 1956, which became the beginning of his brilliant career. Darren rose to fame in the late 1950s with his role as Moondoggie in Gidget, 1959, which instantly made him a teen idol and a symbol of the era. His image as a surfer boy, romantic and charming, appealed to young audiences and became an integral part of the cinema of the time. This played an important role in his development as an actor, capable of portraying sincere and lively characters with whom young people could identify. In addition to his acting career, James Darren also proved himself as a successful singer. In 1961, his song Goodbye Cruel World reached number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 charts and was soon followed by another hit, Her Royal Majesty, which reached number 6 in 1962. During his musical career, Darren released several albums and won fans with his melodic voice and sincere performance, which made him a popular figure not only in film but also in the music scene. Throughout his career, James has not limited himself to acting and music alone. In the 1960s, he played a key role in the film The Guns of Navarone, 1961, and also starred in the science fiction series The Time Tunnel, 1966-67, adding roles to his resume that expanded his acting range. In the 1980s, he portrayed Officer James Corrigan in the popular series T.J. Hooker, and later, in the late 1990s, he captivated audiences as Vic Fontaine in Star Trek: Deep Space. 1998-99. The role of Fontaine allowed him to showcase his vocal abilities and charmed fans, introducing him to a new audience. In addition to acting and singing, Darren has also branched out into directing episodes of popular shows such as Beverly Hills, 90210, and Melrose Place, showing that his abilities extend beyond the stage and screen. James Darren has passed away at the age of 88, leaving behind a rich and varied legacy. His contributions to film, television, and music have had a significant impact on American culture, and his creative energy and dedication to the arts will be remembered by fans around the world. Phil Lesh, legendary bassist and founder of the Grateful Dead, will forever remain in history as a musician who changed the perception of rock music and the role of the bass guitar. Born March 15, 1940 in Berkeley, California, Lesh was surrounded by an atmosphere of creativity and freedom from childhood. Lesh began his musical career with classical training, studying violin and trumpet. He studied at the University of California, Berkeley, and continued his musical education at Mills College, where he was mentored by avant-garde composer Luciano Berio. It was this academic background that gave Phil a unique foundation that later became the basis for his innovative bass guitar playing style. His path to rock music was not entirely traditional. In 1965, he joined the Warlocks, which soon transformed into the legendary Grateful Dead. Interestingly, Lesh had no experience playing the bass guitar, but he mastered it with incredible speed, creating his own style that forever changed the sound of the band. Unlike traditional bass accompaniment, Lesh played melodic lines on the bass guitar, inspired by his knowledge of classical music and jazz. This approach created the recognizable sound of the Grateful Dead, which became the basis of their unique style, especially in long improvisational sessions that captivated the audience. Throughout the 30-year history of the Grateful Dead, Lesh was not only a musician, but also one of the main inspirations and creators of the band. He took an active part in the songwriting and always brought elements of his classical education and deep understanding of music to his work. Known for his energy on stage, he knew how to create a special atmosphere, taking the audience on a musical journey. After the band broke up in 1995 following the death of Jerry Garcia, Lesh continued his musical activity, striving to preserve the spirit of the Grateful Dead. He created the project Phil Lesh and Friends which became a platform for joint creativity with other musicians and allowed fans to enjoy the music of the Dead in new ways. This project, with a constantly changing lineup, was an example of his willingness to experiment and passion for live performance. Despite numerous health challenges, Phil Lesh remained active in music. In 1998, he underwent a liver transplant, and in 2015, he was diagnosed with bladder cancer. But even in the face of these challenges, he remained true to his love of music. By opening the Terrapin Crossroads Music Club in San Rafael, California, Lesh created a place for musicians to gather, share experiences, and perform for fans, continuing the tradition of live, heartfelt performance that he cherished. Phil Lesh has passed away at the age of 84. His death was a huge loss to the music world, but his legacy lives on in every chord, every performance, every memory of the Grateful Dead. He changed the idea of the bass guitar as a supporting instrument, turning it into a full-fledged participant in the melodic dialogue. Lesh's influence on music continues to inspire musicians and fans around the world, and his contribution to the development of rock music and culture cannot be overstated. Peter Taboris, an outstanding American conductor, music director, and producer, has dedicated his life to serving the arts and expanding the horizons of classical music. Born on October 31, 1947 in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, Peter grew up in a family with Greek roots and aspired to do more than just follow the precepts of his ancestors. His father was a dentist, and his mother, the first American in the family, was an Orthodox Greek, which greatly influenced his worldview and passion for art and culture. Educated at the University of Wisconsin-Madison and the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, he devoted himself to studying music, where he honed his skills before entering the professional stage. In 1983, Taboris founded Mid-America Productions, where he served as CEO and music director, Under his leadership, Mid-America Productions produced more than 1,500 concerts worldwide, including performances at prestigious venues such as Carnegie Hall and Lincoln Center in New York City. His contributions to musical culture were so significant that he was called the most prolific choral concert organizer in Carnegie Hall's history. Taboris produced concerts that showcased his breadth of understanding and love for music, from opera and symphonic works to Greek folk music and ballet. However, Peter Taboris's contribution extended far beyond the United States. In 2005, he founded the Aegean Festival on the Greek island of Syros, which became a platform for cultural exchange and brought international attention to classical music. The festival provided an opportunity for artists from all over the world to perform and became a symbol of unity and art. Through this project, Taboris realized his dream of popularizing classical music and bringing it to the attention of a wider audience. Peter Taboris passed away at the age of 76, but his legacy and passion for music lives on through his works and projects, inspiring young musicians and art lovers. His life became a symbol of devotion to music and showed that art can truly unite people regardless of borders and distances. Timothy Peter Johnson, known as Tim Johnson, was a respected American politician and lawyer who dedicated his life to serving his state and country. Born on December 28, 1946 in Canton, South Dakota, and raised in the small town of Vermilion, Johnson was drawn to public service from an early age, seeing it as a way to strengthen and improve his native region. He earned a bachelor's and master's degree in political science from the University of South Dakota, and later graduated from the University of South Dakota Law School, which marked the beginning of his political career. Johnson's political career began in the South Dakota House of Representatives in 1979, where he served for 3 years. He was elected to the state Senate in 1983, and in 1986 he won a seat in the U.S. House of Representatives, representing South Dakota at the federal level. His work in Congress was marked by his activism and commitment to issues important to the state. In his first year, he introduced more bills than any other new member of the House, reflecting his commitment to being a voice for his constituents and making real change. Tim Johnson was elected to the U.S. Senate in 1996, where he served 3 terms. In the Senate, he established himself as a moderate Democrat who advocated bipartisan cooperation. In 2011, he became chairman of the Senate Banking Committee, playing a major role in the nation's financial policy. Under his leadership, the committee drafted legislation to protect American families and improve conditions for small businesses. Johnson was known for being attentive to the needs of his constituents and for balancing the interests of his state with national priorities. Unfortunately, in 2006, Johnson faced a major challenge when he suffered a brain hemorrhage caused by an arteriovenous malformation. His condition was critical, and he underwent emergency surgery and a long recovery. Despite all the difficulties, in September 2007, he returned to work in the Senate, where he was greeted with a standing ovation from colleagues who respected him for his fortitude and courage. This period became a symbol of his dedication to serving the people and his ability to overcome even the most difficult circumstances in life. In 2014, Tim Johnson decided not to seek re-election, ending his political career in January 2015. At the time of his departure, he was the last Democrat to hold public office in South Dakota. Johnson died in 2024 at the age of 77 due to complications from a stroke, leaving behind a legacy of dedicated and responsible leadership whose career was an example for generations to come. Tim Johnson will forever be remembered as a politician who truly cared about his constituents, a man for whom public service was not just a profession, but a lifelong passion. His contributions to the state of South Dakota and the nation have become a symbol of true leadership that inspires and commands respect. David Soul, an American actor and singer, became an iconic figure of the 1970s, thanks to his roles on television and the success of his music career. He was born on August 28, 1943 in Chicago, Illinois, to a Lutheran minister. He spent his childhood in America and Germany, where his father was a missionary. This multicultural experience, as well as his commitment to humanitarian and social values, had a significant impact on Soul, making him not only a famous artist, but also a person who was genuinely concerned about social issues. He first gained fame in 1967, performing on the television show The Merv Griffin Show as a masked singer, later becoming known as The Masked Singer. This unusual presentation caught the attention of producers, and soon Soul began to receive roles on television. But his real fame came from his role as Detective Ken Hutch Hutchinson in the cult series Starsky and Hutch, 1975 to 1979. His duet with Paul Michael Glaser, who played Starsky, became a symbol of the television detective genre of that time, and their on-screen friendship and chemistry made the show a favorite among viewers. The role of Hutch brought Soul not only wide fame, but also the status of an idol of the 1970s. In addition to his acting career, David Soul became a successful musician. In 1977, he released the song Don't Give Up on Us, which became a hit and topped the charts in both the US and UK. His music, filled with sincerity and romantic themes, resonated with a wide audience, and he continued to release albums and perform concerts, confirming his status as a multifaceted artist. Offstage and screen, Soul was known as a person with an active civic position. He supported various social movements and initiatives aimed at combating social injustice. Soul moved to the UK, where he continued his career as a theater and film actor and was also actively involved in charitable and cultural projects. David Soul remains in the hearts of fans not only for his roles and songs, but also for his sincere attitude to life and desire for justice. His contribution to popular culture and art, as well as his sincerity and dedication to social causes, made him a true icon whose contribution continues to inspire new generations. Passed away in 2024 at the age of 80 in London, UK. The cause of death was complications associated with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, and the effects of previous lung cancer. Soul was a heavy smoker for 50 years, which significantly affected his health. Although he quit smoking 10 years before his death, the effects of long-term smoking had an irreversible effect on his body. Charles Cyphers, a talented American actor, he became known for his striking roles in film and television, as well as his fruitful collaboration with director John Carpenter. He was born on July 28, 1939 in Niagara Falls, New York. From an early age, he showed an interest in the arts, which led him to California State University, Los Angeles, where he studied theater arts. Cyphers subsequently perfected his skills at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, gaining the fundamental knowledge that became the basis for his successful career. Cyphers' first film success came in 1974 with his role in Truck Turner*. However, he is best known for his collaboration with John Carpenter, who saw his special talent and invited him to play Sheriff Lee Brackett in the cult horror film Halloween*, 1978. This role cemented his status as an actor capable of creating deep and memorable images and brought him popularity among fans of the horror genre. Cyphers subsequently returned to the role of Sheriff Brackett in the sequel Halloween *, 1981, and many years later reprised the role again in Halloween Kills*, 2021, which marked the end of his participation in this cult franchise. In addition to Halloween, Charles Cyphers had important roles in other Carpenter films, including The Fog, 1980, and Escape from New York, 1981. These works were examples of his outstanding talent and ability to embody different characters, from stern and determined to complex and multifaceted. Cyphers always invested his characters with depth, which made them appealing to the audience and added to the atmosphere of the films. In addition to his film work, Charles Cyphers has been active on television. He has appeared in popular shows such as Charlie's Angels, Wonder Woman, Starsky and Hutch, ER, and Seinfeld, which has allowed him to expand his acting range and gain recognition among a wider audience. In the late 1990s, he played Al Yarriker in the sitcom Nick Freno, Licensed Teacher, showcasing his comedic talent and bringing his professional charm to the show. Charles Cyphers passed away in 2024 at the age of 85 after a short illness. His contributions to film and television are invaluable. His work with John Carpenter, as well as his varied roles in other projects, made him a significant figure in American culture. Cyphers will remain in the hearts of fans as an actor whose characters became integral parts of films and TV series, and his dedication to his profession inspires new actors and fans around the world. Ethel Kennedy, born Ethel Skakel, was a prominent social activist who dedicated her life to human rights and social justice. Born April 11, 1928, in Chicago, Illinois, she grew up in a devout Catholic family in Greenwich, Connecticut. Her commitment to faith and humanitarian ideals was shaped by her childhood, and growing up in a large family taught her love, perseverance, and loyalty. Ethel was educated at Greenwich Academy for Girls and later at Convent of the Sacred Heart in Manhattan, where she was immersed in a Catholic upbringing and education that would later influence her life and beliefs. During her college years, Ethel attended Manhattanville College, where she met Jean Kennedy, the sister of Robert F. Kennedy. This acquaintance marked the beginning of her path into the Kennedy family. In 1950, Ethel married Robert F. Kennedy, the future U.S. Senator and Attorney General, which opened her up to national political and public life. Ethel and Robert's marriage was not only a union of love, but also a partnership in public service. Together they raised 11 children: Kathleen, Joseph II, Robert Jr., David, Courtney, Michael, Carrie, Christopher, Max, Douglas, and Rory. Their family became a symbol of public service, despite the many tragedies that befell it. Ethel's entire life changed in 1968 when her husband was assassinated. Despite the enormous personal loss, she did not allow the tragedy to break her spirit. In Robert's memory, she founded the Robert F. Kennedy Center for Justice and Human Rights *, which later became Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights *. This organization focused its activities on the struggle for social justice and the protection of human rights around the world. Ethel actively supported the fight against poverty, racial discrimination, and injustice, inspiring people to actively participate in socially significant issues. She believed that human rights are not just declarations but a real basis for building a just and peaceful society. Ethel remained true to her beliefs until the end of her life. In 2014, her contributions were recognized nationally when she was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom by President Barack Obama for her dedication to human rights and social reform. The medal was a symbol of respect and recognition for her work and an acknowledgement of her important role in U.S. public life. Over the years, Ethel became not only a symbol of strength and motherliness in the Kennedy family, but also a moral compass for those who knew her. She raised her children and grandchildren with principles of compassion and social responsibility. Many of her children and grandchildren continue her legacy by actively participating in politics, civil rights, and community service, thus preserving their mother's legacy. Ethel Kennedy died in 2024 at the age of 96 from complications following a stroke. Her passing marked the end of an era, but her legacy lives on. Her life is an example of resilience, compassion, and deep faith, and her fight for justice inspires a new generation of human rights defenders. Ethel Kennedy will be remembered as a woman who lived her life serving others and fighting for the rights of others, and her contributions to making the world a better place will be felt for years to come. Elwood Edwards, an American newscaster whose name became emblematic of the early Internet era, is remembered by millions of people for his voice. His famous phrase, "You have a message," has become an integral part of the digital experience for America online users, entering their daily lives and creating an atmosphere of familiarity with new technologies. Born November 6, 1949, in Glen Burnie, Maryland, and raised in North Carolina, he was already interested in broadcasting during his school years at New Bern High School, which marked the beginning of his journey into the media industry. In 1989, while his wife was working for what would soon become America Online, she asked him to record a few voice prompts for the service's interface. Elwood recorded the phrases, "Welcome," "You have a new message," "File ready," and "Goodbye," right in his home, for a small fee. The short phrases instantly became iconic. For millions of AOL users, Edwards's voice became their first greeting to the digital world, introducing them to a simple, friendly interface. The phrase, "You have a new message," became a symbol of the beginning of an era when the Internet was just entering everyday life. Edwards didn't limit his work to AOL. He had a successful career in broadcasting, working as an announcer, reporter, and weather anchor. For many years, he was a news graphics supervisor at WKYC-TV in Cleveland, where he served until his retirement in 2016. His many years of experience in a variety of roles demonstrated his commitment and mastery of the media. Elwood Edwards passed away on November 5, 2024, at the age of 74, leaving behind a voice that continues to evoke nostalgia for the early days of the Internet. His contribution to shaping the cultural landscape of the early digital age will be remembered as a symbol of those years when each new entry into the Internet was an exciting discovery and a reminder of the limitless possibilities of the future. Quincy Jones, legendary American musician, composer, an arranger and producer whose career spanned over 7 decades, he left a huge mark on the world of music and art. Born March 14, 1933 in Chicago, Illinois, he discovered his talent and passion for music at an early age. As a young man, he moved to Seattle, where he attended Garfield High School. It was here that his love for music began to blossom into his future calling. He later attended Berklee, where he deepened his knowledge of jazz and classical music, which became the foundation of his colorful and multifaceted career. Jones began his career in the 1950s as a jazz arranger and conductor, collaborating with the likes of Ray Charles and Dizzy Gillespie. His musical talent and ability to create unique pieces quickly brought him to the attention of the music industry. In the 1960s, he began working in pop music, producing hits such as "It's My Party" for Leslie Gore. One of his most notable and influential works from this period was his collaboration with Frank Sinatra, for whom he arranged and conducted several memorable performances, including albums with Count Basie. Jones rose to fame in the late 1970s and 1980s for his collaborations with Michael Jackson, which resulted in albums like Off the Wall, Thriller, and Bad, which have become cult classics. Thriller became the best-selling album of all time, and the work cemented Jones as one of the most influential producers in the world. His ability to fuse elements of genres from R&B to pop made these albums iconic and enduring. Jones also left a significant mark on the film industry, writing the soundtracks for numerous films, including Lombardi, 1965, In the Heat of the Night, 1967, and The Color Purple, 1985. He has won 28 Grammy Awards during his career and received a special Grammy Legend Award in 1992, a recognition that has become a symbol of his undeniable contribution to music and culture. Quincy Jones passed away in 2024 at the age of 91. His legacy transcends any era or genre, and he became the symbol of an entire musical era that knew no boundaries. His contributions to jazz, pop, film composition, and television continue to inspire new generations of musicians and fans. Quincy Jones will forever be remembered as an innovator and master of his craft, whose talent and vision shaped the face of modern music. Luca Girato, Italian journalist and television presenter, left a deep mark on the world of Italian media thanks to his unique style and dedication to his profession. He was born on December 23, 1939 in Rome, into a family with rich cultural traditions. His father, Giovanni Girato, was a Sicilian diplomat who worked in Uruguay, and his maternal grandfather, Giovannino Forzano, was a famous playwright and director. Such a creative and diverse environment influenced Luca and his professional path. In addition to him, there were three other children in the family. His brother Flavio became a singer and songwriter, Blasco a filmmaker, and his sister Claudia chose a career as a geologist. Luca Girato began his career in journalism working for well-known Italian newspapers, where he proved himself to be a bright and deeply interested reporter. However, he achieved real success and widespread popularity when he moved to television. His work for RRI, in particular on such programs as Asterisk Domenica, in Asterisk and Asterisk Una Mattina Asterisk, made him a favorite of the Italian public. Girato stood out among other TV presenters for his inimitable charisma and his ability to communicate with the audience in a lively and engaging manner. His style, filled with warmth and sincerity, as well as a willingness to discuss a wide range of topics, became the hallmark of many popular programs. Girato was known for his openness, simplicity, and ability to find common ground with people. His work in the media, which lasted for many years, left an indelible mark on the hearts of his viewers and colleagues. Thanks to his contribution, television became not only a source of news, but also a platform for sincere communication and the exchange of ideas. Luca Girato passed away in 2024 at the age of 84. He died in Santa Marinella, where he was on holiday with his wife Daniela Vergara. The cause of death was a sudden heart attack, and his passing was a great loss for Italian journalism. Girato's contribution to the media industry remains an important part of Italian culture, and his legacy continues to inspire young journalists and broadcasters. His name will forever be remembered as a symbol of sincerity, professionalism, and dedication to the profession. Gena Rowlands, a prominent American actress, left an indelible mark on the history of cinema with her multifaceted and emotionally charged roles. Born June 19, 1930 in Madison, Wisconsin, into a family that deeply valued the arts, Gena grew up in an environment where the arts were an important part of life. Finding a love for acting, she attended the University of Wisconsin and then went on to study at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts in New York City, which laid the foundation for her future illustrious career. Having started her acting career in the 1950s, Gena Rowlands first appeared in television shows and theater productions, gradually strengthening her position in the industry. She gained real fame thanks to her fruitful collaboration with her husband, director John Cassavetes. Together they created 10 films, each of which became an important contribution to the development of independent cinema. Among them, the films A Woman Under the Influence, 1974, and Gloria, 1980 stand out, which brought Rowlands nominations for the Academy Award for Best Actress. These roles allowed her to demonstrate her incredible emotional depth and sincerity, which made her work unrivaled. A Woman, Under the Influence was one of the most iconic films of her career. In it, Gina played a woman struggling with mental health issues and trying to maintain her dignity and family amidst internal struggles and social isolation. Her character resonated with audiences, becoming a symbol of female strength and independence. The film and Rowland's other work with Cassavetes made her an icon of independent cinema, and their union became an example of a creative partnership in which she and her husband explored the most complex and authentic aspects of human relationships. In addition to her work in film, Gina Rowlands has also achieved success on television, where her performances have been recognized with 4 Emmy Awards and 2 Golden Globe Awards. Her characters, whether on the big screen or in TV series, have always been multi-layered, filled with deep experiences and emotions. Thanks to this, Gina Rowlands has become a respected figure in the world of acting. Her work has been studied and inspired by young actors and directors. Gina passed away in 2024 at the age of 94 in Indian Wells, California, leaving behind a legacy of powerful and emotionally charged performances. Her death was due to complications from Alzheimer's disease, which had been debilitating her for a long time. However, her contributions to film and television remain etched in the memories of audiences and fans, and her performances continue to inspire a new generation of actors to find depth and sincerity in each character. Gina Rowlands was and remains a symbol of true acting, her life and career dedicated to art and the exploration of human emotion. She played a vital role in the development of independent cinema and made a huge contribution to the way audiences perceive complex and multifaceted female characters on screen. Her creative legacy lives on, reminding us of the power of art and that true sincerity in acting will always be in demand and loved. C.J. Snare is an American singer, musician, songwriter, and producer, left an indelible mark on the world of rock music. The musician's real name is Carl Jeffrey Snare, and he was born on December 14, 1959, in Washington, D.C. His family, always surrounded by music, instilled in him a love for the arts from an early age. He developed this passion while studying at Rollins College in Winter Park, Florida, where he honed his vocal and keyboard skills. In 1984, Snare co-founded the band Firehouse, which would go on to become an important part of the hard rock and glam metal scenes of the late 1980s and early 1990s. C.J. Snare served as not only the lead vocalist but also the main songwriter, which played a crucial role in the band's success. Their debut album, released in 1990, was an immediate success and was certified double platinum in the United States. The songs Love of a Lifetime and Don't Treat Me Bad became hits, cementing the band's status as one of the leading acts in the genre. Thanks to Snare's powerful vocals and ability to write deep and emotional lyrics, Firehouse found a large following and their music gained cult status. During his time with Firehouse, C.J. Snare co-wrote most of the band's songs, helping to shape the unique sound that made them recognizable. Among their albums, Hold Your Fire, 1992, 3, 1995, and Good Acoustics, 1996, stand out, helping the band secure a place in rock history. These works brought Firehouse fame and recognition not only in America, but also abroad, and Snare became a cult figure in the rock community. CJ also made his mark outside of Firehouse, participating in other musical projects, including the band Rubicon Cross, where he was able to demonstrate the versatility of his talent. He also occasionally performed with the supergroup Scrap Metal, which consisted of well-known rock musicians and contributed to the development of the genre. In September 2020, CJ faced a serious problem. He was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. Despite the serious diagnosis and the surgeries he underwent, he remained optimistic and hoped to return to the stage. However, Despite all his efforts, his health deteriorated, and in 2024 he died of a heart attack. CJ Snare's legacy in the world of rock music will live on for a long time. His powerful vocals, musical prowess, and unwavering will remain an inspiration to fans and musicians around the world. Shannon Maria Doherty, a prominent American actress, director, and producer, won the love of viewers thanks to her bright and multifaceted roles. She was born on April 12, 1971, in Memphis, Tennessee, and grew up in a family of a realtor and the owner of a beauty salon. Since childhood, she showed an interest in acting, and at the age of 7, having moved with her family to Los Angeles, she began her career in the world of film and television. Doherty's first roles were in such series as Travelers and Father Murphy, thanks to which she quickly attracted the attention of producers and directors. Her real fame came with the role of Brenda Walsh in the cult TV series Beverly Hills 90,210 where she starred from 1990 to 1994. This role made her one of the most recognizable actresses of the 90s and turned her into a world-class star. Brenda's character, complex and emotionally charged, found a response from viewers and helped the series become one of the most popular projects of its time. However, behind the outwardly brilliant career, there were also difficulties. Doherty had a difficult reputation in the industry associated with her uncompromising character and conflicts on the set. After leaving Beverly Hills 90,210 Doherty found a new dimension to her career by playing Prue Halliwell in another hit series, Charmed. From 1998 to 2001, she played the eldest of 3 witch sisters, and the role once again highlighted her talent for creating strong and multifaceted characters. Prue Halliwell became a symbol of independence and strength, and her departure from the series after the 3rd season was a great loss for fans. Despite her short tenure on the show, Doherty once again established herself as a television icon and a fan favorite. In 2015, Doherty's life took an unexpected turn when she was diagnosed with breast cancer. From day one, she was open about her battle with the disease, documenting every stage of her treatment and inspiring many with her courage and resilience. Despite a period of remission, the disease returned in 2019, reaching stage 4. Doherty remained active, continued filming and appearing in public, setting an example of incredible resilience and determination. Her honesty in talking about the disease and openness helped many people feel supported and find strength in the fight against their own difficulties. Shannon Doherty passed away in 2024 at the age of 53 in Malibu, California, leaving behind a rich legacy and an enormous contribution to culture and television. Her roles, imbued with sincerity and passion, will live on in the hearts of fans, and her open struggle with illness became a symbol of courage for all who faced life's challenges. Doherty will forever be remembered as an actress who managed to bring truth and strength to every role, and as a person who, despite difficulties, remained true to herself and her craft. Tyka Nelson, a talented American singer and songwriter, known as the sister of legendary musician Prince, Tyka has had a long and interesting journey in the world of music. She was born on May 18, 1960, in Minneapolis, Minnesota, to jazz musician John L. Nelson and jazz singer Matty Delashaw. Tyka and Prince were the only full siblings, and both inherited their parents' musical talent, which determined their future paths in life. Since childhood, Tyka was surrounded by music, and this certainly influenced her passion for creativity and desire for self-expression. In 1988, Tyka Nelson released her debut album, Royal Blue*, which featured the single Mark Anthony's Tune, which peaked at number 33 on the Billboard Hot RR and B/ Hip Hop Songs chart. The album marked her first step toward a music career, although Tyka's success and popularity were often overshadowed by her world-famous brother. Despite this, she continued to forge her own path, releasing 3 more albums: Yellow Moon, Red Sky in 1992, A Brand New Me in 2008, and Hustler in 2011. Each of them reflected her unique style and desire to express her musical individuality despite the uphill battle for public attention. Following Prince's death in 2016, Tyka took on a major role in managing his legacy, dedicating herself to preserving and promoting his cultural contributions. She also began writing a memoir, sharing her memories of her childhood, growing up in a musical family, and her complicated but heartfelt relationship with her brother. Her efforts to preserve Prince's legacy reflected her deep respect for his work and her desire to keep his memory alive for generations to come. Tyka Nelson passed away on November 4, 2024, at the age of 64 at North Memorial Health in Robbinsdale, Minnesota. Her death is a profound loss not only for her family and loved ones, but for everyone who valued her and her family's contributions to culture. Tyka leaves behind a powerful legacy that is a reminder of her resilience, talent, and deep commitment to her roots and music. Tyka Nelson's legacy lives on, inspiring those who appreciate the rich musical heritage of the Nelson family. Her soulful voice and her dedication to her art will remain a symbol of the strength and beauty she brought to the world of music.